Hi everyone, my name is Jayselle and welcome to my channel. So in this video, I am going to share to you how I contracted the 17 years bacterial infection I had that led me to partial foot amputation. I think it's best to give you an idea what was my health condition was like at the time. Way back 2008, I was working in a call center, and at that time I was doing night shift. I didn't really have good sleeping habits, or I was just sleeping around 3 to 4 hours a day. And on my rest day, since I was young, I was exploring and I was just having fun. And I just go out every rest days and still wasn't getting enough sleep. So in short, my priority at the time was not my health, like everybody else when they are young. I also had a dog at the time that I really loved. Now I would cuddle, I would hug, I would kiss. Now, before anything else, let me explain what kind of bacteria I contracted. This kind of bacteria commonly found in the mouth of animals or in a contaminated soil. Take note, it's from contaminated soil and from the mouth of animals. At the time, the only pet I had was my dog. Back then, dogs were not as well-groomed compared these days. So the question now, how I possibly contracted the bacteria. I used to have this habit of aggressively scratching my skin whenever it feels itchy. I remember scratching this part of my foot until it became a wound. Around this time, I was also cuddling and touching my dog at that time. Dogs often dig in the soil, and there's a high chance that bacteria from the soil transferred to my dog's fur. So when I pet my dog and then scratched my foot, the bacteria might have transferred from my hands to the wound. Another possibility is that my dog licked my wound when it had already some openings. This kind of bacteria is also found in the mouth of animals such as dogs that penetrates through skin trauma. Many people contracted this bacterial infection usually get it from stepping in a thorn as it tends to enter to a punctured wounds. But in my case, the infection started on the top of my foot, not in the sole. So this would support my belief that I got this infection through my scratching and with the interaction I had with my dog. I had a total of 7 surgeries until I got partially amputated. Third and the fourth surgeries, doctors kept on asking me if I happened to be a farmer or if I was walking without slippers and I stepped on something, because the patients they had in the past, like 1 or 2 were farmers, and they happened to have stepped on something. And at the time I could not really give them an answer because and they were like kind of doubting if I was telling the truth. I would tell them I was just working as a call center agent, and I never like went to mountains and went to a mountain and or went out without slippers and got pricked by a thorn or something like that. So at the time I was like they were just like, really, are you sure, or something like that, but because I could not give them any answer. But on the 5th surgery, since it sank on me that one day I will be amputated, so I searched seriously about my condition or my disease, and then I found out that yes, it's from the animals and or contaminated soil. So at the time, I wrote what happened on the year that I got this infection. So finally, at least I have an answer now. And at least my husband would stop jokingly telling me to wear slippers. Just want to make it clear, no, that I am not saying you shouldn't have any pets or you should have any dogs in your house. No, the purpose of this video is to spread awareness of the danger of excessive scratching and the risk of bacterial infection. When we scratch too much, our skin create small wounds on our skin, making it easier for bacteria to enter. We encounter different kind of infections. It's just a matter of how our body would respond, and it's a matter of what kind of infection or what kind of bacteria. It just happened that mine was the rare one, and at that time my immune system was very low. That's why right now I am into fitness, or I'm into health, or I'm into really boosting my immune system, because I believe if I only had a good immune system at the time, if I was just careful with my body, if I was just aware of the possibilities of life, I should have been more careful. But that's just reality. When we are young, we don't care, we feel like unstoppable, we feel like we control everything, right? So how to protect yourself, no? To avoid to get such infection as mine. So first thing, if there is anything that is itchy, it is best to get an ointment to prevent you from scratching, because again, excessive scratching will open some wounds, and that's the time that the bacteria enters your body. Next, always wash your hands. Very, very simple. Always wash your hands, especially if you have wounds, to take care, and especially if you are handling pets and you have a wound. Always wash your hands. Keep any open wound clean and dry, and make sure na if you have any pets, make sure na it's not make sure that you won't be licked by your pets or any animals, no. You must cover it, because again, nasa rabies or sa badira, no. Again, I'm not saying I'm not anti dogs, anti cats, I'm just just helping you na just to avoid. It's so hard to have an infection. If I only had like metabolic diseases like diabetes, high blood or what, ay magna cum laude din ako. I can do something about that by disciplining myself, by not eating those bawal. However, I'm dealing with infection, and even though I have talked to low carb doctors, carnivore doctors, if it's an infection, then antibiotic must be done or any surgery will be done. And sa tanan is to keep your immune system up by not consuming too much sugar, because when you consume too much sugar, and when you are like diabetic and you have other diseases, it would be harder for your body to fight that infection. And lastly, rest, and don't worry too much. It says in Philippians 4:6, do not be anxious of anything, but in everything by prayer with thanksgiving submit your request to God. I hope this video helps spread awareness. Take care of your skin and be mindful of small habits that might put you at risk. Thanks for watching.